Hi everybody, and happy holidays to you. This month, while we wait to see if the Fed brings down the Fed rate another 25 basis points, let's take time to take a quick look at Denver's housing prices for December 2024. This way, whether you're a potential buyer, seller, or just curious about housing prices here in the Denver metro area, this market update will provide you with valuable insights. Now, if you've been following the various news reports throughout the year, you've seen the headlines like New York Post's November housing market crawled to its slowest pace in 5 years, even as prices fell and housing stock jumped. Or maybe you follow Market Watch, which reported 2 weeks ago that home price growth has stalled, according to Case Schuller. But this is Denver, Colorado, a place that people want to come live for many reasons, whether it's our thriving economy, our diverse cultural scene, or easy access to outdoor recreation. So I have to ask, do these headlines pertain to Colorado too? Let's take an in-depth look at key statistics and factors influencing Denver's housing prices, and you can feel free to share your thoughts in the comments down below. The number of active listings dropped in November to 2,569, which was down from October's 4,365 listings, but up 1.3% from this time last year. November's new listings were up slightly from November of 2023, literally a difference of 34 homes, which follows the pattern that we've been seeing this fall of slightly increased inventory. And realistically, it's what we expected to see, what we call a seasonal slowdown as the market transitions into winter, since most people who are thinking about selling their homes tend to hold off during the holiday season. Pending sales were up 24.1% year over year, but down a bit from October's numbers. Pending sales in October were 3,396, and pending sales in November were 2,912. Again, mirroring that trend of a slowing market for the winter, but still an increase in activity year over year despite higher interest rates. Now, listings closed were up 10.4% year over year in November, but down from the 13.8% increase we saw in October. Again, mirroring our slightly higher inventory. Listings closed were up by about 272 closings for the Denver metro area, but still slowing down as we enter these winter months. Now, for the median price of a home in our Denver metro area, for November, the median price was $580,000, and that's up from the $564,975 it was back in November of 2023. So median prices are up about 2.7% year over year. However, down from October's median price of $592,950. This tells me that opportunities might exist for serious home buyers as we're entering these winter months. And I say that because the average list to sold price ratio has now dropped to 95.8%, which is down from the 99.4% we saw back in November of 2020. Is that opportunity knocking for you? Oh, and just in case you were wondering, average seller concessions were around $7,000. And if you're thinking you need to win the lottery in order to buy a house in Denver right now, you need to know that only 18.4% of all sales were cash. There's still plenty of buyers out there getting loans in today's market. Add to that, interest rates have now dropped to the low to mid sixes, and there's talk of the Fed dropping the Fed rate another 25 basis points this month. My thinking is that this could be the season for home buyers. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. Now, median days in the market for November is 6 days more than this time last year, bringing it to about 29 days before a seller receives an offer. And that's also 3 days more than the 26 days it took to get an offer back in October of this year. Again, reflecting our slowing market as we enter these winter months. And that, of course, is also reflected in our weeks of inventory, which has now gone to 12.4 weeks, higher than the 9.7 weeks of inventory we had back in 2023, but also lower than the 13.2 weeks of inventory we had in October of this year. And that brings me to a question for you. Do you feel that we're in a buyer's market or a seller's market? The National Association of Realtors, or NAR, has always defined a seller's market as inventory less than 5 months supply of homes for sale. The buyer's market is more than 7 months supply of homes for sale. The balanced market being somewhere between that 5 and 7 months supply of homes. To be honest with you, I haven't seen that much inventory here in the Denver metro area in years. I've been counting our inventory in weeks, not months. If I think about it, and you tell me there's 3 months supply of homes for sale on the market, like there is now, I'm beginning to think this feels a little more like a buyer's market. A 2 to 3 week supply we had a couple of years ago, that was definitely a seller's market. Your thoughts on this? Let me know. Current numbers are reflecting how sellers are slow to put their homes on the market this time of year. But still, with 3 months supply, that's some nice inventory to choose from and negotiate with for the buyers. As we look at this November 2024 data for the Denver metro area, we basically saw the real estate market pretty much as we seasonally anticipated. We got a snowstorm signaling the start of winter. The holidays are starting to go in full swing if my party calendar's anything to go by. And we see the market activity slowing as sellers and buyers shift their focus. We saw time on the market extend, fewer listings were added, and I've even seen some sellers pull their listings in the hope of better conditions in the spring. Remember how I mentioned that interest rates had dropped recently and that the Federal Reserve was going to be meeting this month? About a week ago, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell shared insights at the New York Times Deal Book Summit highlighting the U.S. economy is performing better than anticipated. He noted growth is definitely stronger than we thought, and inflation is coming in a little bit higher. Robust economic performance allows the Fed to approach interest rates with a lot of caution. Markets are anticipating that 0.25% rate cut in the upcoming Federal Reserve meeting on December 18th, and we should see their future interest rate predictions for 2025 with their dot plot chart as well. I'm going to have to keep my fingers crossed on this one because remember the dot plot chart that I posted this time last year after the Fed met? They're talking about how they were going to spend all of 2024 reducing the rate at least 3, maybe even 4 times. We know that even though the Fed rate cut doesn't immediately impact mortgage rates, they do tend to trend downward over time if the Fed cuts the Fed rate. Well, that never happened for 2024. Anybody want to guess what that might look like for the coming year? Let me know in the comments. Meantime, as of December 10th, 2024, mortgage rates have reached their lowest levels since October. The national average for a 30-year fixed mortgage rate stands about the mid-6s right now, and I've got lenders in the low 6s currently. So, with these mortgage rates dipping, now might be a really good opportunity to secure a loan for a more affordable rate. However, given the Fed's cautious approach to the rate cuts, you might want to act sooner rather than later and consult with your trusted lender to lock in those rates if you're planning a move. And as always, if you're local here and you need an introduction to a great lender, please reach out to me and let me know. I'm here to help. Now, if you're a seller, this combination of a strong economy and lower mortgage rates can lead to increased buyer interest. If you need to sell, this environment may help you achieve a favorable sales price. And to be honest with you, even though I'm just not a big proponent of letting my sellers sell in the winter, if you do need to sell with these numbers, this might actually be a really good time. And with the holiday, if your home is decorated, even lightly decorated for the holidays, with the light snow that we've had, it's going to create a warm and welcoming atmosphere for the buyers that are ready to make a move, which would allow you to continue moving forward with your plans as you capitalize on this increase in buyer activity. Remember, the real estate market is always changing and individual circumstances vary. So feel free to reach out to me if you want to discuss a strategy for your situation. Hi, my name is Peggy Durstoff. I'm a realtor at Live Denver Suburbs powered by HomeSmart. And if you like this video, please check out this one over here where I discuss the different things to consider if you're thinking about making a move this time of year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.